Up next on the Tesla Plaid channel. We're on the Nitto Drag Radials for the first time out at this track. Street heat out at Bradenton Motorsports Park, October 19th, 2024. A lot of cars out here tonight, especially a lot of Mopars. A lot of modified Challengers and Chargers. 850, 900 horsepower, sometimes more. Welcome back to Tesla Plaid channel. The track's open for the first time since the big Hurricane Milton out here. And we just showed up. I mean, we literally pulled into the gate less than 5 minutes ago. Scrambled to get our car and get on the track while there's still some prep out here. Looks like they're going to send us down solo, and we're going to try to find the line we want. I think we're going to ignore the tree, get deep into launch control, stage the way we want. We're on the Nitto Drag Radials for the first time out at this track. We're 90% battery state of charge, drag strip mode, 7 minutes remaining, and as soon as this thing says ready, there we go. Oh wow, that was a lot. These tires really hooked out here. Totally met our expectation. It's too bad we didn't have more time to get peak performance ready, but I don't think it's going to make a huge difference. Our 60 foot should be good. Now it's 10 minutes till peak performance. Going down the track cools the battery off, so the time actually increased there. How's it going tonight?
927 at 151.
All right.
Good job.
Okay, 927. 151 60 foot. Must have just been a power issue because we hooked up. There was no spin whatsoever. I didn't hear a least bit of a chirp out of these Nittos. These are the NT555RIIs. They're at 38 pounds of cold pressure. Now with a little bit of temperature from driving on them, drove over an hour right into the track. They're all up around 41 PSI. These tires did not hurt our trap speed whatsoever. If anything, maybe they helped it. Our fastest trap ever in this car on the quarter mile from a dig was 152.00, and we just trapped 151.85 on that pass. I was hoping for something around a 920 on the ET, but 927 I'll take it. 151 60 foot, so the 600s that we lost on the 60 foot went right through the ticket, so that should have been more like a 921 had we just 60 foot a little better, but the 60 foot wasn't bad because of traction. We're gonna get back in lane 6 where we want to be, and let's see if we can line up a race with a low 9-second car. So for our first race tonight, we're gonna line up with our buddy David and his Hellcat-Swap Cuda. We've only raced on the 8th mile, never on the quarter mile. He just made a pass, and I won't spoil it how much faster that car has gotten in the quarter mile. But he's not high nines anymore. He's a little quicker to the 60 foot, but we're hoping to run him down before the end of the track. So we're car 81 tonight, and they give you the same number as me. Let me see that. What are the chances that we've got inverted numbers? All right, I'm 81, he's 18.
Yeah, that could have
should be a good race. All right, we're going to line up with the Hellcat Cuda here. %, state of charge, drag strip mode, 2 minutes till peak performance ready. David knows the drill. He's out there getting some glue. I'm feeling a sticky track here. All right, full sportsman tree here. Now, oh, he red light. Oh, what a race! Look at this. Crazy how evenly matched we were there. It went to peak performance there at some point on the strip. Not sure if we caught him at the finish line, but he red lit, so.
926 at 150.
Wow, David cut that tree really close. Sorry, David, I can see you gave it everything you had. He had a 11 negative reaction, a 0.011, and I had a 034, 34 thousandths of a second. But on the positive side, not red. Looks like we also caught him at the finish line. So we ran a 926 at 150.36, and he ran a 932 at 147.63. And he had us on the 60 foot. We had a 148 to his 143. And the 8th mile, interestingly, I had a 599 to his 600. So we already had mile an hour on him on the 660 mark. So super close at the 8th mile. Remember, the prep's better out here than Showtime. Yeah, we had 1.599 the other night. I don't think David's ever ran a 600 out there at Showtime. By the way, Showtime Dragstrip is closed through the end of the year. We're hoping they reopen in January, but we will see whether that happens or not. And the margin at the finish line, 0.01 seconds. We just clipped him at the finish, but he'd already lost the race due to that red light. What a race. Oh man, what a race.
Nice. Nice
So,
race.
you know what makes that ticket so interesting is 0.01. That was both your red light and the margin at the finish line.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice close race.
Yeah, it was nice.
How was your launch? How was your
Good.
test?
Yeah, everything was good. Shifted good.
So
I think I could launch a little harder. Everybody was spinning.
I had a good launch.
Yeah, my launch was great.
Better than the previous one. So I was 150 something on the previous, was 148. You were better than me, 143 on the 60 foot.
Yeah.
But the other interesting thing there is, you see the 8th mile times?
Yeah.
599 to 600. So
Yeah.
you're on the cusp of
And then the
599. But
think
it's
I
that
can get
same 001 at the 8th mile. The start line, now obviously my reaction wasn't excellent, but 34 is
pretty good.
All right.
Yeah, pretty good. I'm usually around. I try to be around that, really. I knew I was going to have to cut it tight.
Yeah,
So
and you did.
I went a little too tight.
Yeah, but I didn't want to give you much, you know, and take it too carefully on the tree. But yeah, I mean, a good start.
Yeah, that was solid.
And that you were still ahead of me at the 8th mile. So I think I'd only passed you probably after the 1,000 foot.
Very good, yeah.
Because that mile an hour difference, where were we? Less than 3 mile an hour difference.
3 mile an hour difference, yeah. My previous runner ran a 148. So
148, yeah, I went 151.7 on the previous pass. So
Yeah,
I was
awesome.
down about 1.5 mile an hour. But good pass all the way
that was
through.
fun. That was neck and neck.
That was everything I was hoping for. I'm glad
I
neither
could
one
get
of us
out of
spun, that we both hooked up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
once
was
again,
fun.
one of our better races. I mean, so many 0.01s between our old cars, these cars,
Yeah.
reaction times, 8th mile times. Yeah, that was
I'm
a
going to try to
crazy
launch
finish.
a little harder next time.
Yeah. Well, I'll be
I
watching.
keep seeing everybody spinning, it makes you nervous, but
Yeah,
Mine keeps hooking, so.
that big motor Challenger up there spun big time.
yeah.
You know, he trapped 155, but ran a 960
Yeah.
on traction issues.
The Mustang I ran the first time, I think it's this one right here, he trapped like that, 160.
Yeah.
But he only did like a 9.7, so I'm thinking he was just spinning. And I think he was breaking up too.
All right, Dave, we'll do it again.
Good deal.
All right, we got about 200 cars out here tonight, so about 90 minutes between passes. This might be our last pass of the night. Found a lot of 10-second cars, but very few running low 9. In fact, only one that we can confirm without a doubt that's not losing traction, and that's the Hellcat Cuda. So we're going to give David a rematch, and if we can both get a clean launch, no red light, hook up, maybe another close race. We're at 83% battery state of charge. Drag strip mode is now ready. A couple minutes earlier than we wanted, but it's hard to predict out here. We thought it might take 8 or 9 minutes, and it only took 3. 79 degrees out here tonight. So if you're wondering why we're running a high 920 instead of a low 920, a couple factors. It's about 15 degrees cooler out here tonight than most nights when it's mid to high 90s. Also, we got different rear tires on here. The Nitto NT555RII could possibly be a factor, although that last pass looked great on paper. Good 60 foot, 599 8th mile. Unfortunately, there have been about a dozen cars down this track already. David prefers to run Sportsman, so the Pro Tree cars went, and then I had to hang back to wait for David, so waved a bunch of cars ahead of us here. It's unfortunate. These cars are all taking prep off the track. All right, let's see if we can find that line for traction again. We did pretty good those first two passes. Okay, I think I see a good line. David's always good about letting me get up and get staged first. 83% battery state of charge, peak performance ready here. Now, what? I guess it was my turn to red light. Probably all I needed was the same reaction I had in the previous race. I knew better than that. I left on the last yellow. I know I need to look at that last yellow for a moment. If I go as soon as that last yellow comes up like I just did, as soon as I see that last yellow, I'll red light every time. I gotta see that last yellow for a moment. Just a moment, but I gotta see that last yellow fully. But I'm still very interested in these numbers here.
928.
I didn't need the red light. Thanks, man. All right, another high 920. All three passes 920s tonight. Let's talk to David about that pass. You spun a little?
Spun a little on that one.
And I red lit a little.
Yeah, you're red.
Or, well,
yeah,
more than you did last time.
Yeah,
27.
Terrible, but I spun.
I tell you, David, if you're going to run a 297 light, you got to tell me ahead of time.
Then you don't have to red light. I think that was probably because it was spinning.
Yeah.
It spun pretty good.
297 and 150, 360 foot. So
Still did 147 though.
147, 60 foot on my side. Yeah. So yours was, I won't say quite a throwaway pass, but still a good mile an hour, 147.
Yeah, a good mile an hour.
And 149 on my side. So all my passes were fairly consistent. I think 926, 927, 928. And you had the couple of 930s in this 950.
Yeah.
Do you think the glue was going away from those cars in front of us, or what was your take? You said you were going to hit the launch
Yeah,
a little
I hit
harder.
it a lot harder than I usually do.
Higher RPM?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So power braked it up pretty hard. I think that probably knocked the tires off for that.
That would explain it, but I gave it to you on the tree, so what goes around comes around.
That sucks. It would have been nice to run a good time though.
Yeah, yeah. But I don't feel so bad that we weren't on the tree together because our times were still 2/10 apart.
Yeah.
Which would have been a close finish anyway. So I guess if I got to screw up on the tree, I'd rather be that pass than a pass where we're within a couple hundreds.
Everything's tight.
Yeah, so good fun, good fun.
Yep, good race.
Well, we won't do it out at Showtime on Wednesday, but you going to start coming out here on Thursdays?
I'm going to try, I think.
Prep's a little better on Thursdays, and there aren't nearly this many cars out here. I mean, what did we wait? 90 minutes between these passes, I think?
Yeah, the only thing I don't like is that then I have to trailer my car out here because if I break out here, it's like $500 tow home.
Yeah.
So I'm going to trailer it here, but that's all right.
Yeah.
I'll probably do it.
Yeah.
I just tell my boss I'll be late on Friday.
Do you streak this car at all, like to work and stuff, or? Yeah.
Yeah, whenever I go to Showtime, I drive it to work and drive it there, and I do drive it once in a while to work.
Yeah. It's just this increased distance, you don't want to risk it.
100 miles is just too far. My brother will get me from Showtime. 100 miles he probably won't be too happy about.
Yeah, I could imagine. But beautiful build, man. If I haven't told you enough times before already, everybody really admires what you've done with this. Because so many guys think like, you know, you got an original motor in here just from all exterior, appearances, but that you've got this modern Hellcat in there pushing over 800 horses, maybe 850, right? I mean, the way you're running tonight,
it's easily streetable that way.
I mean, yeah, you're maybe 1,000 pounds lighter than me, but you've got to be over 800 horses to be competing with my 1020 horse, right?
Yeah, I think so.
And
I think we calculated up, it was really like 930 maybe?
930 at the motor, at the crank?
From the trap speed? Yeah, I think so.
At the crank, so, deep into the 800s at the wheel.
Yeah.
Right. Right on.
Happy with it.
Yeah.
Get a couple more tenths out of it, I'll be as good as I want.
Yeah, and it'll be like your Charger and my original Tesla all over again. There goes Ross.
Yeah, Charger was a little more stable.
Yeah, once you got into the low 10s on your Charger, I couldn't touch it with my other Tesla, so I don't know what I'm going to do if you get down to, you know, 9.0s. But, yeah. Cross that path when we get there.
It's coming, I hope.
All right, David, have a good night.
Thank you.
See ya. All right, just those 3 passes tonight. 2 good races. Well, that first race was awesome. All high 920s, very consistently running under these conditions. Remember, these aren't the 90-degree temps that we need to run, you know, in the 910s. Every time we run in the 910s was when the temperature is over 90 degrees and the prep was perfect and all the conditions were perfect. So I feel like these Nittos gave us consistent traction on this surface. I wasn't hearing anything out of them. No chirping, no noise. So with Showtime closed to the end of the year, we'll keep these tires on as long as we know it's a good prep night out here. And as soon as we get our other 2 Nittos for the front axle, we'll have matching tires in all 4 corners. Same size, same wheel, same everything. They can even be rotated front to back if we wanted to. We're looking forward to getting those. And until then, we'll see you next time right here on the Tesla Plaid channel. Hey, well, what's your reaction on Showtime being closed through the end of the year?
That sucks. That sucks. I wonder if they're even going to be able to reopen it with all that heavy equipment and stuff they're bringing in.
Yeah, speculation.
You know, he just did all that work, and then they just tell him to move out.
Yeah. And you know, next Saturday, a week from today, Leadfoot City's got a big announcement coming.
Right.
And that's going to certainly be their grand opening date that they're going to announce.
Yeah.
It's obviously not going to open next week, but I bet you they're going to announce a date either in November or December, which therefore means...
he's going to prep that track or not.
Oh, yeah.
That's the only thing I'm wondering about.
Well, it's concrete to begin with, and I know they've been testing some fast cars out there. And the initial testing, they made a big deal about this testing is without prep yet. But they made it like it was a yet thing, which suggests that they will be prepping it.
I hope so.
Pretty decent. So
they keep saying street race, and I'm like, come on, put a little prep.
Well, down. I think the street race part is more like how they're going to kind of brand the place. Like the light itself, the tree is supposed to look like a stoplight. You know what I mean? And a lot of like things like that. I think they're going to put some facades along with the track that are going to look like buildings, houses, storefronts and stuff. It's going to be this kind of idea that, you know,
you're on the street
racing, 8th mile, but we'll see. I think all the cars, any serious cars, are going to demand prep, and it's got the runoff to support some fast cars. So
yeah, that'd be fun. Just a lot closer to my house. So.
A lot closer to my house too. Yeah. But as it relates to Showtime, if Leadfoot's really happening and people are like, wow, this place is, you know, the place, that's going to make it a little harder for Showtime to come back.
Nice. Everything he's got going on there.
Yeah.
That is nice.
I mean, there's going to be like paper towels in the bathrooms and all those kind of luxuries.
Place you can go eat and sit down.
Everything.
Yeah, that looks good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that announcement next week. So check out leadfootcity.com for that announcement detail.